This is the Discover Seward County podcast, where we explore the people and places that make Seward County great. Hey, welcome back to DSC. Today we got the chance to sit down and talk with Collin from the Chamber of Commerce here in Seward County. They're actually not just the chamber, they do a lot of other things too, economic development, all sorts of things. But we got to have a chance to chat with him a little bit about the nature of the work they do in Seward County. Seward County is not huge by any stretch or any normal metric, but man, they're doing some big things. And Seward County has not... I mentioned this to Collin. It's a unique thing in that it's not just a suburb. Lincoln is close. It's a bigger town. There's a lot more opportunities, but Seward has kept its own identity and its own sort of economic and professional identity, which is a really interesting thing when a lot of other towns would have gone the other way. And so we talked a little bit about that and some of the really interesting things they've got going on to try to help make Seward, help bring some, help Seward progress and help Seward kind of retain that. So it was a good conversation. Hopefully you can find something interesting. And if you're in the area, it's a great way to connect. Just go, he mentions the website, jump on their website and find all the different opportunities that are here. So I'll stop talking. Here's Collin. I don't have a lot of free time, but even if I did, I don't know. It's a generational thing. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
You guys, okay, so I want to start zooming out a little bit. I have a big I've been very impressed with what you guys do. Real G's move in silence, right? Like you guys do not call a lot of attention to yourself, but you guys and your crew, you guys do so much. Here's how I will put this. It would have been very, very easy for Seward to just become a bedroom community of Lincoln. Right. And obviously we still have a ton of people that work there and commute and whatnot, but Seward really has retained a sense of its own identity and its own, not even just identity, like there's economic identity, right? Like there's a lot of stuff happening here. You guys are doing a lot. How, in your experience, how has that happened? Why have you guys made that concerted effort to say, we're going to keep focusing on like growing all of the economic opportunities and all of these other things that are happening in Seward when it would have been so much easier. I'm sure inertia would have been so much easier just to take it to like, oh, well, we'll just be a suburb.
Yeah, no, it comes from people who are invested in the community. They've seen the community. It goes back, years and years ago. You think of even like with the start of the 4th of July, it was people who saw something special in Seward and said, this place is special to me. I want to show other people why it's special, why you should, invest your time, money into Seward, why you should stay here, why you should come visit Seward. We have lots of different people, who just see the gold mine that's Seward and want to open it up and share it with the world and try to get more people to come to Seward, grow in that healthy way.
Nice. Are you a native? Are you from Seward or where's home?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I actually kind of grew up outside of B for a while and then moved to David City when I was in 6th grade. So Seward was always kind of close to my heart, always close to home. I went to the movie theater a lot growing up. I saw lots of movies there, went to the Walmart, just also, definitely remember being in Seward quite a bit growing up. My dad used to work in Seward at Jones Bank. So, Seward's always been close to my heart. So when the opportunity came to come back, I was ready, willing, and able.
That's great. That's awesome. I guess what's it like working on the economic development and everything that you guys are doing in Seward County? What are generally day-to-day, what does that look like for you guys?
Yeah, no, that's lots of different things. Every day is something so different. You're never stagnant, just doing the same thing day in and day out. We're literally making progress and change happen every single day, whether that's a big step forward, submitting a big grant or receiving positive news on one of our projects, or whether it's just something small, whether it's starting a project, taking that first step. Every day there's something new and exciting that we're trying to push forward, whether that's events, reaching another member, or these economic development projects that we have worked on.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you ever have that sort of internal or external feedback where people are saying like, it's just a small town, what are you doing?
I think it can be easy to fall into that. Yeah, like kind of like you were saying earlier, of like why put so much effort into just a small town? But it's like trying to have that balance of having lots of variety, having things. You don't always have to go into Lincoln for work. A lot of people do, but you can actually live and work in Seward County, not just live.
Well, I think that's really great to see an organization that is kind of as vital as you guys are with the stuff that you're doing, adopt a growth mindset. And I think that sort of radiates, right? Like there's a lot of talented, smart, interesting people in Seward County, and have the foresight to say, well, let's work a little bit harder to keep them here. Let's work a little bit harder to tap into the resources that we have instead of just throwing up your hands and conceding. I think that's great. That's great to see. I mean, growth mindset's kind of a buzzword, but it is a real thing, right? To say like, well, we don't have to concede this. We can actually grow in whatever way we can here. So I think that's commendable. The work you guys are doing, you really, I think you're helping shape Seward for the long term.
Yeah, we're in this interesting spot right now where this up and coming generation, it's like, where are they going to go? Are they going to just live in Seward and work in Lincoln, or can they get more involved in the community, in the town? To use another kind of Jonathan quote, progress moves at the speed of trust, and the Chamber has worked really hard to try to intentionally be involved in as much as we can, strategically so, but just be involved in as much as we can, because if we are showing the efforts, we're showing that we have the best interest, which we do, the best interest for the county at heart. How do you not want to walk with us, if you will?
Right. No, absolutely. No, and then the infrastructure is growing and all of that stuff is growing, right? And it doesn't have to be meteoric. I think we have been maybe a little bit disillusioned by these tech unicorn startup things that once you actually start peeling back the veil now, it was never sustainable growth anyway. I'm wondering, do you guys have, what are some misconceptions about kind of what the Chamber does? Or like I said, you guys are very good about demonstrating, and like you can see the progress, but you're also not showy about it. So I'm sure you guys have some, what are some misconceptions you've come up against?
One of the big misconceptions is just that we do know everything, and that we do kind of have like a little bit of knowledge about everything. We lovingly like to refer to ourselves as the human Google of Seward County, where we'll get a call about anything and everything. We got a call asking about the fair, and it's like, well, here's the fair people. You can talk to them. We got a call, we got so many time capsule calls. I think somehow it got misconstrued for a while that we actually had the time capsule items, and we're like, nope, we do not have the time capsule items. Here is the number to call for that, so you can actually get your stuff back. We are not holding on to all the letters and all that.
Interesting.
And sometimes we do even get calls asking for Seward, Alaska, and asking about Seward, Alaska.
You do not.
We do. Yes. I got a call that a guy was looking to do some fishing in Seward, Alaska, and he was asking about it. And that was the first Seward, Alaska call I had. And then I was like, are you looking for Seward, Alaska? He's like, yeah, where are you? We're Seward, Nebraska. Okay. And yeah, I think over my time at the Chamber answering the phones, I've gotten at least 4 or 5 calls about Seward, Alaska.
That is hilarious to me. What else you got cooking?
Yeah, so the Seward County Young Professionals is something that we started about a year ago, actually now. That's ages 21 to 40-ish. We use that ish very loosely because we say if there's a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old who feels like they really identify what the mission of Seward County Young Professionals is, or someone who's 41, we welcome anybody and everybody in, blue collar, white collar, stay-at-home parents. We welcome them in. When we were restarting the Young Professionals group before that, there were these conversations of people were really liking their job here in Seward County, or they liked, where they lived here in Seward, but they were looking for something outside of Seward, right? I found this in myself. My wife and I, in college, we had something every night of the week where, you go to this thing, but you work 8 to 5, 9 to 5, you come home, you're like, well, I don't have homework. What am I doing now? You don't always have that built-in kind of network and fun events that college has. So that's something that Skip's kind of hoping to do, is just get people's foot in the door with volunteerism and civic engagement in Seward. So we're always looking for New members, it's $20 for the entire year upon sign up. So for like today, if someone were to sign up, on August 29th, their membership would go all the way till the next August 29th in 2026. So people will get the full year's worth out of their membership. They can call the chamber if they're interested in being a member, or we have a Facebook page, which we post on pretty frequently for all upcoming events. So I would take a look at that. And so the members, we want to get people involved in the member, to be a member of SCIP. There are some different member perks. For SCIP, for example, if you come to the coffee and convos and you're a member of the SCIP, you get your coffee for free. So that's a nice little perk, or some discounted tickets to our larger events that we will have access to the speaker series, things like that. There's a wide variety of benefits that we have as a part of being a SCIP member. So,
I'm interested in the professional development side of it. What do you guys like? Have you had much feedback from, like, because we're kind of different parts of the same generation. So like, but I'm like at that phase of life where we've got 2 kids, both in school. They're running around to all their different stuff. So very different phase of life. So I'm kind of disconnected from your part of our generation. If I'm not even sure if we're technically in the same generation. I don't know. I don't care. My question anyway is, what is kind of your generation, your cohort looking for in the way of professional development? Because that's a very broad term, and it's hard. It's hard when you are out of school or whatever and you're into the workforce. All of a sudden there's a ton of skills that we don't get taught.
Yeah, absolutely. So this might kind of fall into that professional development category, but on the membership form, we always ask at the end, what are you looking to get out of the group? What do you want? What do you want to see? And almost every single person has put networking, opportunities, networking events. People are just looking to connect with each other. That's something that I've heard that the previous SCIP group had, is you just made these connections with different people that you otherwise, one, wouldn't have. Yeah. And then 2, from those connections, there are different opportunities that come up. So, have come up, and that spurned from the different connections and networking opportunities. So that's something that we're looking to do, is what does that look like? What will get people actually together to network and converse and just exchange ideas and concepts and goals? And then how can we make that happen? So that's something that I've really seen that we're going to try to tap into soon, is like, what does a networking event look like, and what will actually get people connected?
That's great. I mean, one of the things, right, sociologists and everything that, like, all the kinds of studies that are coming out now is like loneliness is an epidemic, and it can definitely be true when you start your professional life, or all of a sudden you're kind of siloed, right? Like, I have all of these responsibilities now, or I'm, my schedule, my life has changed dramatically. And so it's hard. It can be hard to find that kind of baked in community that you have when you're younger. So I think that doesn't surprise me. That's interesting to hear.
Yeah. The other big thing that we have coming up on the topic of young professionals is the Connecting Young Nebraskans Conference. So that is a one-day conference with young professionals from all across Nebraska, all across the state, are going to come together here to Seward, Nebraska, at the newly renovated Civic Center on Friday, September 26th. It's a one-day conference, so there's going to be panels, breakout sessions, keynote speakers. There's going to be a talk on the working genius. There's going to be a talk on photography. So just a wide variety of topics and conversations. But again, talking about those connections and networking, just opportunities to get to know people from across the state, both in your fields, but then also maybe not in your fields. So we're really excited for that conference. That's coming up on Friday, September 26th. It is the 10th year that we've had it, that the conference has happened. It's an every other year conference, so we're really excited to host that in Seward. If you're following that young professional category, I would highly, highly encourage you to register for the conference. It'll be a great opportunity. But the other thing that's kind of fun that goes with that is the night before we have what we're calling the Downtown Progressive Dinner. So it's the pre-summit social. So anybody who is attending the conference can sign up for this pre-summit social, which is the progressive dinner to showcase downtown Seward. So we have 5 different locations that people will travel to. They'll get their drink from Red Path. They will get a side at the Squire Ward's Beer Garden. Then they'll go to La Casina. and then they'll go to spare time, and then they'll finish the night at Bottle Rocket, and then have some root beer floats with Bottle Rocket root beer and What's the Scoop ice cream. So it'll be a really fun time with both music and just lots and lots of great food. But so that's for young professionals and those. So we split up the downtown progressive dinner into different groups just to not overwhelm the businesses, have a whole bunch, over 100 people come all at once, right? So the people who are attending the summit, they will be in the first two groups, but the last two groups, we open it up to the community. So we highly encourage anybody and everybody in Seward County to attend and register for this downtown progressive dinner. You can register at the chamber website, cultivatesewardcounty.com. You just scroll down a little bit and you can get to the page, because it'll truly just be a fun time for people in Seward, one, just to get to see and walk to some of the different businesses, but then and also appreciate the local food. But again, just have a fun time, get to know each other, spend your Thursday night here in downtown Seward. So that progressive dinner or the pre-summit social is Thursday, September 25th. So
very cool. Is the summit sort of the same age demographic, anywhere from young to 40-ish?
Yes. Yeah, the demographics are the same. So
very good. Very good. Well, very cool, man. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being willing to chat. Thank you for everything you guys are doing to help Seward County keep growing and retain. And we really appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, great. Thank you for having me on. Listen to the podcast every episode. So it's been fun to hop on. You guys are also doing great work. Again, like the podcast, the chamber, these different efforts, all to try to make Seward County better, whatever that looks like. I think we all have the same goal more than we realize. It's just being able to concentrate those goals and try to do whatever we can do to grow Seward County in the best way that we can.
Yeah, and bring whatever talents you have to bear on that same problem, right? That's kind of, many different talents in service of the same goal. So we appreciate you guys. We appreciate everything, and I thank you. Thanks for your time today.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Collin.
Where is Pat?
Are you ready to delete?
Delete. That's so Little Red Riding Hood over here is already complaining. What are we doing right now?
Right. We're visiting the farmers market. Don't you know about the farmers market?
I know. I'm just making sure you're hearing coherent enough to.
Yeah.
Pat and I are going to explore the Seward Farmers Market. We're going to talk to a few people, see what's going on, and try not to kill each other.
There we go. We're gonna get down this whole block, and we're not gonna fight once.
Okay, not once. Okay, deal.
Well, okay.
Maybe a few times. Let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
Do you ever have a dog?
Yes, I love dogs.
Should I skip one?
What's good today at the market? She's got rhubarb. My rhubarb is not doing so good. And cucumbers and potatoes, fresh potatoes. Oh my gosh.
Impressive, wow.
And you know what the story is. Okay, zucchini. Zucchini is ready to go. It's growing. Every minister in Nebraska locks their car doors on Sunday morning, so none of their...
Are you an 8 a.m. farmers market type gal? Are you more 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesdays? What's
5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. I just can't. And Carol, how long have you been kind of putting the farmers market together?
How long ago was it when you quit helping me?
Why, you abandoned that?
No, I retired. That's all. And how long have you been helping to start the farmers market? Keep it going. Over 25 years.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah. And you also have a butchery up in Ulysses, right? And you've raised your whole family doing this kind of thing.
Yeah, my kids I didn't have to have a babysitter. They got to come around in the farmers market and pick and sell and all of their thing when they went back to school, and everybody writes what they did all summer. They said load and unload, load
and unload. Just a minute. And she hasn't put her shoes back on yet. Carol does. You have to take a picture of her toes. Carol does this all barefoot. We have the Barefoot Farmers Market manager.
Yeah.
And you run a great market, and everybody knows to contact you and kind of schedule, and you kind of keep things going.
Yeah, it's somebody has to be able to help keep people organized.
That's right. It's a great thing for the whole county.
And it's last year when we had to be down there at the fairgrounds with all this construction and everything. The businesses kind of realized they really like us down here.
There. I can remember when we talked to John Cattle, and parking has been an issue around the square for 100 years or so. Yeah. So, and we haven't quite figured it out yet, but we're still working on it.
We'll get there.
There, we'll get there.
I'm gonna give you this, and you can check it out for yourself when you got some free time. See, I got the cards today.
Good job. What's that? What's he saying? What? Oh, we forgot the basket. Now, I'm not familiar with this vendor. Okay. You're Peterson's Produce from Seward County?
Yep, just
well, wonderful. Well, thank you for coming to the market. And here,
Oh my goodness.
here's Kenilwood Farms from Beaver Crossing, Nebraska. What kind of products do you all have here today?
We have farm-made jellies, jams, honey, catnip.
Catnip?
Catnip.
You need some catnip? Do you?
No, I can't have any kitties at Liberty House because everybody's allergic to them.
It was my father-in-law's recipe, so it's got a special place in my heart.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Now,
There's your naval officer at the stove making jelly, and that's what you got.
and you guys go out and you pick all the fruit that you make.
As much as we can.
And what's the difference between a jam and a jelly?
Jam is made from the fruit, and jelly is made from the juice.
Have you had trouble keeping your bees?
Yeah, it depends. A lot depends on the weather. It depends on if the neighbors are really picky about their lawn. If you put on bug killer, you could kill our bees.
I see. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, JJ, we gotta stop here.
Okay.
We gotta stop here. This lady, look at what she makes. She makes kolaches. And how do you know how to make kolaches?
My mother taught me how.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Are you Czech?
Oh, heavens no. Just plain old German.
I'm half Czech,
Well-
so these are my people.
These
they
are
are
people. I had to come down here and get your strudel for her because she said yours was better than what she got in Austria.
Well, that's a big compliment.
How about
Say
that?
It's better than the motherland.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Poppy seed.
Yeah?
I've got cherry. I have apricot.
Yes.
I have got pear and cream,
There.
strawberry, raspberry, blueberry. But like I said, it's my mom's recipe. She taught me how, but while she was alive, I never could get the hang of it. She was born over there and came here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Bingo.
It's blue eyes.
There you go.
Look at here, our true little
Our
Czechoslovakian.
Prince, our Czech
Yeah,
princess.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, now, JJ, we got to stop right here. Do you like sweet corn, JJ?
I'm a pretty big fan of sweet corn, yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been coming to market?
I believe this is our 26th season.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, wonderful. Well, for pity's sakes, it has to be good sweet corn because we're in it's been hot and humid, hasn't it? So, okay. Are we doing all right?
I think we're doing really. Are they Mennonite? Or like why? That's what it is. Oh, I was right.
Yeah. Well, hi there. Hi. Are you guys all coming to Farmers Market? Do you come to Farmers Market regularly?
Oh, maybe about 3 or 4
4
times
times
a
of
year,
summer?
so, yeah.
All right. And are you from Seward County?
I am from Seward County, yes, so we're by Pleasantville.
Wonderful. Did you grow these?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I'm proud of you because is that a black diamond watermelon?
Black diamond.
Oh my gosh.
You know your game. You know what you're talking about.
Because my dad, he was so happy when he could get a hold of a black diamond watermelon.
Oh, they're good.
They're good, aren't they? Tell me the name of your business.
Twin Lakes Produce.
Okay, all right. We're so glad you came over.
All right, hey, thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're trying to budge into everyone's business and conversations without being too rude.
I know, Richard.
That's all right. We run this block. It's all right.
That's
We're
right.
good.
JJ, I want to introduce you to Allie Meyer. And she is you're always down here on this.
I am. I try to come every Wednesday. Be like, yeah, and I make homemade granola and small batch, so it's really tasty on yogurt, and people put some extra ice cream even. Or
You are pretty regular here, aren't you?
yes, I try to be here at least once a week at the markets on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I'm here for sure Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Okay, now keep going here and we'll see what we got. JJ, there's some candy here.
Yeah, you getting a little sweet tooth right now?
Yes, there's a little candy here. Yeah. Hi. Where do you make any of these products?
We purchase the candy and then we make it at home in our pre-shredder.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. We got some shoppers here. What are you looking for?
Oh, a couple different things, right? And then they saw the candy, so
Oh, there, of
probably
course.
some candy too. We sure love it. Ready? Let's keep going.
Jose is my hero. He saved me one time when I had a flat tire and he had to come and save me. He didn't even hesitate. So. Maxine's tie-dye.
JJ and Pat should do a try-on.
No, I don't think so.
not.
JJ can? No. Get over there, JJ.
I'm
Put
not.
on that nice strapless little top.
I'm never escaping the bisexual allegations with this.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you just made that up.
No, you said your knees. You're not skipping.
No, my little niece.
Oh, niece.
Oh,
How are
loved it when I took my
Where's Josh? Look, Josh, get the.
What's that?
What, the black?
Sir, have you ever been to the farmer's market? Get to work. Have you ever been to the farmer's market before?
Get it. Oh, it is. It's Josh. It's our fearless leader.
That's how long it took. We're doing the outro.
We'd like to invite everybody to take time in your schedule to come to Farmers Market. Did you like Farmers Market?
And I didn't. It might be the first time I've been here in a good 7 or 8 years. It's very nice. So Farmers Market is Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah, about 5 to 7 or 8, depending on how hot it is. And then Saturday morning, 8 to noon.
8 to noon. You heard it there first.
Farmers Market is a great thing for Seward. It's got good tradition.
I agree.
Everybody knows it's here.
I agree. Now let's go see the AC or something. It's fun.
This episode of the Discover Seward County podcast is brought to you by the Seward County Visitors Bureau. If you're bored of the same old vacations or looking for a small town adventure, the Seward County Visitors Bureau invites you to come visit Seward County, Nebraska, where friendly faces, local flavor, and unforgettable festivals await. Whether you're strolling Seward's charming downtown, catching the famous 4th of July celebration, or exploring hidden gems, there's always something to experience. Plan your visit today at sewardnebraskatourism.org. Your getaway starts here. Hey everybody, you're about to hear a conversation I got to have with Alexa McNally from the William Henry Dance Studio, William Henry School of the Arts, I'll be very specific, here in Seward. This was a fantastic conversation. We get to hear a lot about what Alexa's experience as a small business owner in a small town is like, especially doing creative work. And there's always kind of a push and pull there between doing something creative and also trying to make a business out of it. And even more broadly, her thoughts on community and what it means to, work with kids and her responsibility in spending a lot of time with the kids that she gets to have in the studio. I really enjoyed this conversation. My kids both dance with Alexa at her school, at her studio, and our family has been a big fan of Alexa for a while. But after this conversation, I went home and I told my girls that they can do as many dance classes as they want, because we're a William Henry family. We're going to support Alexa and everything she does. So she has some great thoughts on what it means to be a part of a community and just what it means to be involved and to be a part of. So this is a wide-ranging conversation. We talked about a lot more than just dance, but I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did. So here we go. Here's Alexa. I'm going to shut up now. Well, thank you again.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is so fun.
I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie to you, but
no.
I'm excited.
Just a conversation.
I'm glad I remembered, too, because I put it on my calendar, but I put it for 11 p.m.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
looking
yeah.
everywhere for it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't find it anywhere. My husband's like, what are you doing tonight at 11 p.m.? Like, well, nothing, a.m.
So where are you in Seward?
Yeah, so right now, we actually live in the building.
You do not.
Yes, we live in the
my
building. I have a
gosh.
really amazing husband too. When I approached him that we wanted to move into this building, he was like, "All right, let's do it." So there's actually an apartment in the back that eventually, when we move on to the next steps, that we'll turn that apartment into our new art space.
Okay.
So that it's got 2 different classrooms, then what is now our bedroom and our living room, plus a giant kitchen so that we can expand what we're doing, and then we'll turn the current art space into a 3rd studio, dance studio.
Amazing. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That is a well-kept, there is no hint that that's like a residence. It just looks like, and what was it before? You told me the other day.
So before this, the people who had, it was originally going to be the Bark Park. And that didn't come to fruition. And then at one point it was also going to be a distillery too. So our office now, the downstairs office was what was going to be the cooler room.
Okay.
So now we've renovated it to be an office. So we're in the cooler room. Yeah.
It is so impressive to me how it seems like you guys are like goldfish. Like there is no space big enough. You just keep growing to fit the space and then expanding.
Just keep growing. I know, because we changed what was the old office
right.
into more lobby space this year, and the older girls have taken over that space, and they love it. So I don't know how we did it.
Except the younger girls I see whenever I drop my kids off.
They like to come in like, hey, I'd like to hang out with you. Absolutely.
So how many years have you been doing William?
This will be our 6th season this year.
And you're 6th as owner?
Yep.
Okay.
I 6th as owner.
So did somebody own it prior to you? This is so funny because I've known you for a couple of years. I know none of this backstory.
That's okay. So when I took over, before it was called In Motion, and a previous person who lived here in Seward, she had opened up just a couple dance classes as part of her fitness studio. And so I came on the year before COVID happened as let's run this, potentially taking over, all that good stuff. Well, then COVID happened, and I had a panic moment, I won't lie to you, of oh God, what have I done? I've signed the papers, I've done all this, and now we're in the middle of a pandemic. Am I going to have any students? I ended up only having 20 students return from the core group that she had, but we ended up having 60 students that very first year after taking over. So yeah.
What do you credit that to?
I don't know. I think just good word of mouth. I also, when I moved back here, my mom used to be a pastor here within town, so she knew a lot of people. I worked at the daycare center here in town at the Methodist church, so I felt like I was pretty ingrained with the kids and the parents within town. So I felt like I had a lot of people that were like, oh, dance classes with Alexa, let's come do them. So I was really grateful for that.
So are you a Seward native?
I am not. I actually grew up in North Carolina before moving here. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What brought you here from North Carolina?
So my dad grew up in Gothenburg, Nebraska,
Gotcha.
and I'd always wanted to come to UNL. That'd been one of my lifelong dreams. But out-of-state tuition is wild. So I said, in-state is what I'm going to do. And it turned out that my sophomore year of college, my parents moved out here. And I was like, oh, that's fine. They're going to love it. Helped them move out at Christmas. And immediately was like, I have to come here too. Ended up being able to get in-state tuition because they had moved here 6 months prior.
Oh my gosh.
Was able to come out here, finish my degree here, and really enjoyed being here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
What was your degree in?
So my degree is actually nothing related to dance.
As so many people.
Right. My dad's a chemistry degree. He hasn't used that in years.
Yep.
But I have a BFA in theater design with an emphasis in scenic painting. So after I graduated, I was sure that I was going to travel the country, move theater to theater, working as a scenic artist. And after my 3rd or 4th gig, I was like, I'm tired of living in my car. I'm going to move back to Seward, and I don't know what I want to do. I just know I want to do something with art, something with kids. And ended up this opportunity fell in my lap, and I've been here ever since.
there's a reason my oldest, there's a reason you and Catherine get along so
Right,
well.
right.
She's got that artist gene as
Yep,
well.
yep. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Just kids and art. That's all I knew.
That is so cool. So so you were working for In Motion
Yep.
first and then kind of took over?
Yep, took over at the end of the year. We ended up not being able to have a recital because of COVID
Right.
and all that good stuff. So my dad and I, we hand delivered all of the costumes. He drove me. He chauffeured me around. Thanks, Dad. He took me out everywhere around Seward County to deliver the costumes to our students who would have been in a performance, to also announce, I'm taking over. Come join us. So that very first season was kind of wild because, I mean, we had all our COVID rules. We danced in our magic dance boxes, aka our 6-foot boxes that you could not leave. We had a
penalty of
yes,
death,
we had a
right?
lot of fun being creative and magical about our boxes. Our older students were like, "Come on, we know what these are." But it was really cool transition into taking over ownership there.
What has that been like? Because that's a fascinating thing to go from, like, I work here.
Yeah.
Now I own it.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously you have a passion for it. But, like, man, I have said to so many people, until you have actually run a business, you have no idea what it's like.
You have no idea.
Because it gets glamorized, right? Like, oh, the
Sure
small
does.
business owner. Well, like, actually, do you just want, like, constant stress and anxiety?
100%. I think there have definitely been years where I'm like, I hate this. What
for
am I
sure.
doing? What am I doing? And then the next year I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. I love this. It's definitely been like a growing journey. I feel like that first year was like, all right, I was working a second job as well because business doesn't always turn a profit right away and you still have to eat. So I was working 2 or 3 jobs, also working at the dance studio. I was also just in the beginning stages of dating my now husband, which was also like, hey, I'm making this big life choice. Welcome. Hang out with me. But then like year 2, I felt like, all right, we've got this figured out. I think year 3 and 4 were the hardest for me. Just personally getting in the mix of not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to like what you have to offer. And that's okay. And getting to a point where that's just okay. I think this year 6, is the first year I'm like, just is what it is.
Yeah.
Just roll with the punches, getting better and better every year. I mean, I had a teacher today who she's gotten struck with the food poisoning, called me this morning and said, I'm not going to be able to come to class. I think year 2, I would have had like a meltdown of like, oh my God, what do? I don't have any subs. This year's just fine. We're figuring it out. I'm going to cover a couple classes. I've got my roster. It'll be just fine. So it's definitely been a growing pain, but
absolutely.
we're getting there.
Absolutely. I think so. I don't know. I'm not going to put you on the spot. I think Catherine's been with you for 2 years, 2 years now. So immediately, the first time, I think she came to like a camp first in the summer.
She did.
Immediately upon dropping her off, like walking into that space, the first thing you notice is a vibe. Like, and I don't know, I like to think I'm a man of science, but like it's totally unquantifiable, but there is a real vibe that you have created there. And I'm curious what that is for you. Like, what is the like guiding principle behind what you're trying to build there?
For sure. So I grew up actually going to 2 different studios. One of them was a competitive studio where we did dance competitions, and my other studio was a recreational studio. And so it was really, really important to me when we started the studio that culture was like the most important thing that we were cultivating. And I wanted a place where students could come and they would feel loved, they'd feel appreciated, and they could create like a real love for the arts, because I'm very aware I might have a few students who go off and become dancers or become artists, but the majority of them are not going to make dance a lifelong passion of theirs, and that's okay. But I wanted to develop that like appreciation for the arts and appreciation for our facilities. That's what I call our bodies within Dance Studio. It's our facility because it does our job. We love it. We take care of it. And so I really, really felt like our culture was super important. And as a part of that, I was very, very picky about who I picked to come on staff. Miss Peyton's been with me since that very first year. And Miss Ella, with that very first year, she was a senior in high school. She was an assistant. And those 2 really helped me solidify our culture within the studio, that it's kind, it's compassionate. Our tagline's creative, bold, joyful, learning how to be those things within becoming an artist as well.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And it's a perspective that it's so funny you said, like, that the vast majority, right?
Yeah,
98,
no, probably not.
99% are not going to be lifelong involved in dancing in that way. I've been having this conversation with multiple people about sports, like youth sports.
Absolutely. Same thing.
The same attitude. It seems like it gets twisted really quick.
It does.
Where everybody thinks they're raising a D1 athlete. Yeah. When the reality is you're actually training them for other things.
Correct.
Through the proxy of
Correct.
these different events they're doing.
Very
how
much
How
so.
did you come to that realization?
I think
a lot of
for
people seem to not
yeah,
have yet.
for sure. I think for me, so I had scoliosis growing up, and when I went to school originally in college, I was going to be a dance major. That was my goal. I wanted to dance on a cruise ship like my dance teacher had. I wanted to be on Broadway. I wanted to do all those things. But my scoliosis took a turn. That very first semester, I went at Thanksgiving for what I thought was just a checkup, and my degree had changed about 40 degrees.
Oh,
it
man.
had drastically changed.
That's a big change.
Oh, very much so. And I was told, look, you either get surgery or you're going to be paralyzed. You choose. You choose. And of course, at that age, you're like, well, I don't think I want to be paralyzed, so let's do the surgery. It ended up the curvature. It got worse between Thanksgiving and Christmas when I came back. I had ended up packing out of my dorm, moving back home, doing all the things, which being out of the house the first semester, you get that taste of freedom. You're like, I love you, Mom and Dad. I don't want to come back. And I'm sure my brother was like, dude, you just left. What are you doing back here? So when I did my surgery, it was supposed to be a 4-hour surgery. It ended up being an 8-hour surgery. I have 24 screws in my spine, 2 rods. And it was one of those like life-altering things of like, I'm never going to dance the same way I danced ever again. And like there was no change, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so I spent 6 months being what my mom would tell you, very angry.
Yeah.
Very angry that my body no longer did the thing that I loved to do. And so I probably took about 2 years off of dance after that point of like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go anywhere near it. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to teach any of that kind of stuff. And it was when I moved back here that I was like, man, I think I'd like to dip my toes back in the water again. And I think going through that experience really changed how I view dance, that it doesn't matter that necessarily how great I end up being forever, but that if I can appreciate that my body can still move, if I can appreciate how my body can still work within this realm, then that's okay. And I think that very much shaped as a teacher that we all come with different struggles. Our bodies are all different. Our abilities are all different. We're growing and changing at different rates. That it was really important how we went about creating that culture of inclusivity within the studio.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And kudos, because I think so many people, I mean, that's a grieving process, right?
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure.
had to grieve what
Very
you
much
thought
so.
was the future.
Uh-huh.
And it's a recurring theme. We've talked
Yeah.
about this with other people too,
Yeah.
like that, it's easy. You can either be bitter or
Mm-hmm.
you can use that to like, you can use that grief to either like grow this bitterness inside of you, or you can
Absolutely.
use it to birth something
Absolutely.
that brings other people in and like
For sure.
softens that.
For sure.
I appreciate that about what you guys are
Yeah.
doing, is that you have found this sweet spot of inclusivity.
Yeah.
We're having some laughs. We're not taking this super seriously, right? But at the same time, like the kids get stuff done.
They
They
do.
are learning
They
some
do.
difficult
They do.
stuff.
They do. I think that comes from my mom. She's an early childhood,
Gotcha.
was an early childhood teacher before she transitioned into her role as a pastor as her second career. And so I always felt like we grew up like getting best practice is what she always called it, best practice. So I grew up with like that mindset of this is best practice. And we always learned best through play. We always learned best through fun. So most of our class, we really structured around how can we make this engaging and fun for the students while still holding true to like the tradition, the techniques, and overcoming our challenges so that we can be good and have fun. I don't think that those are mutually exclusive, that you can either just have fun or you can just be good. I think they can coexist. And I think our teachers really do a good job of helping that coexist.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
This isn't something I talk about a ton,
Yeah.
but I used to work with youth and family
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
15, 20 years.
That's
I did a
awesome.
ton. And then I got really burned out and had to
Yeah, that
pivot.
does happen.
But like one of the concepts that always stuck out to me was the concept of trusted other adults, right? Like
Correct.
obviously you don't want kids going out there and like just telling
No.
anything to anybody,
No.
but to have trusted other grownups.
Yeah.
And that's like, I think you're aware, but I don't know how fully
Yeah.
aware, like what a blessing and a service that is that you're providing.
you.
Because sometimes kids will just, it's especially at that age, like you're naturally
You are.
pushing away from your parents a little bit,
Absolutely.
establishing a life outside of the family unit.
Absolutely.
And to have somebody who's like compassionate and understanding, and somebody who will like
We try our best.
raise the red flag if there is something.
Try our
and,
best.
like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. My husband will tell you, I cry over these kids. I think about these kids. I pray over these kids. We love them and we think about them constantly. And they are always our reason why of what we're doing.
Well, and I think that shows you guys have been growing insane. Just even in the couple of years that I've kind of been in the orbit of the studio.
For sure.
Is that natural? Like, are you guys going out pursuing growth, or is it just like word of mouth?
I will tell you, I am an adult with ADHD. That's why my podcast time on my calendar is for 11 p.m., not 11 a.m.
That's 11, right?
Right, it's 11 sometime, and it's on Tuesday.
And the right day.
And the correct day. I did all the things.
Crushing it.
But I would definitely say, like, our marketing plan, that's always the thing that falls to the wayside. And I know anybody listening right now who does marketing is like, my God, Alexa, get it together. But that's always what has fallen to the wayside of social media. It'll get done when it's done. The email blasts, they'll get done when they get done, because we're so more focused on our lesson planning, the curriculum, making sure we're offering quality classes. So I think a lot of it is word of mouth. And I really pride ourselves on having a really good retention rate. For the majority of our students who choose not to come back, it's not because they didn't like us or what we're offering. It's because either they moved, they needed a better fit, or they're going to explore other options, whether that be sports or other art activities, kind of a deal.
You're going down the path of being really good at what you do, and I think that's really showing.
I appreciate that.
Have there been challenges that have come with like growing as fast as you have?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I definitely think we're really lucky to have a lot of dance studios within the radius of us, and so I think that really works in our favor. I like to view it as, I appreciate community over competition. I don't view the other studios around us as competition, but I view that we all have different niches.
Yeah.
And that means we get the students who truly want to be at our studios. And so in our studio, we've got a holiday show, we've got a spring show, we've got a recreational program. For the majority, we do have a performance team, but it's not competition based. So we're finding students that really want to be at our studio because of who we are, which is really, really awesome. I mean, when Catherine first started, I remember her coming to summer camp and being like, that one. I want that one all year. Yes,
you
absolutely.
told us that.
Yep. I was like, I want her to come. I want her to be a part of this. And I think cultivating people that believe in what your studio is creating, not just having students for the sake of having students. I mean, for any business, having more people means a better bottom line, and we love that. But that's never been the focus for us. It's that I want to create kids who want to be here, who want to be a part of that. And as a result, I feel like we have a really tight-knit community within their classes, within the studio, that the younger students know the older students, that they look up to one another, that there's a relationships being built, that it's built on relationships.
Yeah, kids especially, but I think people just more generally, you have to feel safe before you can be challenged.
Absolutely.
And I think the kids that I have interacted with that are with you guys, they feel that absolutely. Maybe too safe sometimes.
Oh my gosh, sometimes I'm like, dude, don't tell me that. I don't need to know about all of that.
Let's dial it back.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's have some boundary.
Yes,
tiny.
like, don't tell me that. I don't need to know about all that. But for the most part, they're pretty awesome.
How'd you get the name? I know what it means, but I don't think everybody does.
So my dad actually helped me come with that. I knew I wanted it to be School of the Arts because I wanted to not just be limited or pigeonholed into just being dance, but so that we could offer acting, we could offer art classes, that we could really expand. So I know I wanted it to be School of the Arts, and Seward School of the Arts didn't have quite the ring that I was hoping for. And Dad's like, William Henry Seward is who Seward's named after. And I was like, well, that's it, William Henry. That was the easiest thing ever. So my dad really did that work for me. Yeah.
And I only knew what it meant because I asked Catherine. I think her first year.
Yes.
One of her teachers, probably you had told her, like, here's why we call it this.
Absolutely. Well, and funny part is too, I have a dog that I had gotten maybe 2 years before I opened the studio, and his name is Henry. So a lot of the students are like, your dog's named Henry. You must have named it after your dog. And I'm like, well, though I do love him, I did not. It is, in fact, after William Henry Seward.
How many times have you had to explain the name?
Just a few.
Yeah. It's not. You and the other teachers are like on it's like first name basis in our house. The kids will just mention you. Oh, Alexa. Oh, Celia.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, Tay. And it's just like, absolutely. They just talk about you guys.
I love that.
What's the future hold for you?
Well, it feels like, I don't know, you spend like the first 5 years of your business like wanting to making it to the 5 years, because I mean, statistically, most businesses never make it to that 5 year.
Correct.
So now it feels like we're over the hump of like, what now? I really want to keep growing the program, establishing our dance program, making it bigger. But this year was our first year of offering acting classes. And that was kind of my goal of last year of doing The Grinch as a 5-year production, doing acting scenes within it to show people this is what we could do. And so I'm having our new staff member Zoe on board to start this acting program. I would love to see that flourish, get bigger and bigger. I would love to see our art program flourish and get bigger and bigger. But I never want us to be like a mega studio. I think that sounds daunting. I don't think that's for me.
When you lose something too, right?
You do. Like, I love that I know all the kids, whether or not they're in my class. I know who they are, especially as we expand and add more teachers. I mean, we're up to 5 teachers plus me, with adding a 6th teacher to that mix too this season to come on as a lead teacher. I love that I can still know the kids. I know who their parents are. I can say, hey, how's your back doing after all that good stuff? Like, I enjoy that I know people. And so I think that's something that I would like to keep as we grow still.
For sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of growth, how would you say you, in that course of the 6 years of coming out of a pandemic when nobody knew what was happening, right? Is this the end? Is this Armageddon?
Right? Is this it?
And to now having experienced growth and like growth is great, but it also presents unique challenges, and it's not all that glitters is gold, right?
It does.
How have you changed?
I would say it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Year 1 would be like, my God, Alexa, you've lost your mind. It is that serious. But at year 6, it's just not that serious. Nothing's life or death. Worst case scenario, the studio never continues after that. And that was like a hard thought for me that first year of like, what happens if something happens to the building, or if all my parents and students decide we hate you and we're not coming back? Like, what happens then? It just happens. And so I feel like my growth has really putting in good boundaries. And I feel like this year has been the first year I've just been at peace with growth. I've been at peace with students needing to change courses. I've been at peace with the crap that just hits the fan. I've been at peace that our costume shop is a disaster right now, that we're working to get it back in order. So I feel like getting each year of just more of that mindset that it's going to be okay. We're always going to figure it out. We figured it out before now. And if it's not figure-outable, that's okay too. That the failure is okay. Because that's something I encourage my students. It's okay if you fail. It's okay if you mess up. And taking that to heart too, of like, it's okay if I have mess ups. The students will tell you, I'm not afraid to say when I'm the one in the wrong. I'm not afraid to apologize because I'm just as human as they are. And I have moments where I get like, oh, could you guys just figure it out? And they look at me like, oh, and I'm like, ooh, that was too much. I apologize, but I really need you to listen right now. So really trying to cultivate the mindset that I want the students to have too, and leading by example has been something that's been important to me. As teachers, I've always said, like, we're better than the year before, and we're going to be better next year. And so that's just kind of my growth mindset. I'm going to be year 6, Alexa is going to be better than year 5. And year 7, Alexa, I hope she's looking back at me and saying, I'm doing even better.
Is there like a growing sense of perfectionism? Like, I have to be good at everything?
I think to an extent, yes.
Is that it's a social media thing? Like, we're all just, where
100%.
the algorithms are just cropping out the sadness, right?
Yeah. And I think there's such a need of like what kids think they're supposed to be and the values that they're supposed to have, that we're supposed to feel value in how we dress. We're supposed to feel value in how many friends we have. We're supposed to feel value in how popular we are. We're supposed to feel value in what other people think of us. And so I think it's a really big struggle of like finding that self-validation, that self-like. So I definitely think I see a lot of students who are struggling with liking themselves. And as a teacher, that hurts your heart.
Yeah.
Because you look at them and you don't think, how could anybody not like who you are? Because you are awesome. And that's something like the students tell you, I got this. I got this.
That's
I got
great.
this.
I've heard Catherine say it, and I didn't know where it was from. There it is.
I got this. And reminding ourselves that, like, even when we don't, we'll try again next time.
Yeah.
But to being brave and to grow. And I definitely think, like, the students struggle. I mean, I couldn't imagine growing up in the social media world that they do, and the values that I think are pushed on them by either their other peers, by social media, or by like what society says these are important things. I mean, I know as myself as an adult, I see things on social media of like, man, these people are in like year 6 of their business and they have a massive house and they have nice cars and whatnot. And I am in year 6 and I live in the building and I have hail damage on my car that's been also hit by a deer. Like, I think knowing like where your values are and helping remind them that like your values don't have to be the same, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It doesn't mean that they're bad values. It means that it might just be different values for you as a person.
No, it's so hard not to project.
It's so hard. It's
your
so
feelings onto the people around you, especially
so
young
hard.
people, because it's mostly good, right? Like you don't want people to
Absolutely.
experience any
Right.
negativity that you have, but
Absolutely.
you also can like inadvertently cause
Right?
the
And,
same
like,
problem.
Right. And like what might be a big deal to me is like nothing
Yeah.
to somebody else. But what is no big deal to me is like the biggest thing for those kiddos. So it's been really important for us as staff to make sure that we're giving them the space to just be,
Yeah.
that we give feedback. And sometimes my students will say, I'm really having a hard day. I'm really not open for much feedback today. And you say, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Giving them the space to try it and mess up. I'll have students who try their whole kickball change across the floor, and it is wrong. Every single time, every single time. But they're working for it, and you can tell their brain is working on it, that they don't need me to say, hey, you're not doing it right. They know.
Right.
They know they're not doing it right. They know that they have the space to figure it out. And then when they do get it, we really try and reward with high praise of, look what you did.
Yeah.
You figured that out. You accomplished that goal. Look at what you did. I didn't do anything. You did it. And we learn best through failure. Like that is the
100%.
best way to learn. So giving them a safe place to fail is just fine. And that's partly, we have an apprenticeship program at the studio where our older students are allowed to apply and help with other classes. And that kind of serves as like a double whammy for those students of that they're doing the basics because they're helping with a younger class. They're doing the basics over and over. So in turn, they're making their own skill set. And so it's been really nice to see this like community-based leadership from our own students within the studio with our younger ones.
So what you're saying is that leadership can actually be empathy forward.
100%, 100%. I think
Novel.
Yes, right? It's wild concept. I feel like community's kind of morphed into this like, well, I don't want to help you because it's way out of my time. I don't want to go pick you up from the airport because that's going to cost me 2 hours of my time and gas and blah, blah, blah. When it used to be, I'll just go pick you up.
Yeah.
It's just real life. Community should feel like an inconvenience. And I know that's like not a popular thing
Yeah.
to say like at all. Most people are like,
Oh, I'm here. I hear you.
Community should feel good. Community doesn't feel good for the most part when it's an inconvenience to you, but that's when the best community happens.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, because there's also like, I think there's a part of us adults especially, because we
for
for better or for worse shape the community for our
Sure.
kids. There's this like latent perfectionism that we're striving for. Like there is
Absolutely.
this ideal Stepford version of life that
Absolutely.
we can't even really articulate,
Nope.
but we think we're not living up to.
For sure.
But I think is almost certainly a social media byproduct.
100%.
It's what happens when you create billion-dollar
Yeah.
industries that are just engagement based.
Absolutely.
Right? Like it's all about emotional engagement,
Yeah.
and negative emotions are the strongest ones.
Absolutely.
But like there is like I can't sacrifice any time because then this other thing is going to suffer, when it's like, again,
Correct.
it's not that serious.
Correct. I think like the storm
Chill
that
out.
came through 100%. Like I think the storm that came through a couple weeks ago, definitely like put it in perspective. Is it 100% inconvenient that I needed to clean up my own yard? 100%. Was it inconvenient for me to go and help my mother and father-in-law clean up their yard? Yes. That was the only thing I wanted to do that weekend. Was the weekend before classes started. All I wanted to do was rest because I'm recovering from my back injury. Doing thing. That's all I wanted to do. But that's when the community is important. It's
Right.
important to, was it inconvenient? 100%. But did it make a difference? Absolutely. Absolutely.
You are
Spending your time.
100% right, because it is inconvenient, because you're giving of
100%.
yourself
Absolutely.
for someone else.
And let's be honest, nobody enjoyed picking up all those branches, but there were a lot of really beautiful moments within picking up those branches. During picking up, we had all of our neighbors stop by at the studio, check on us. We checked on them. Really nice community moment there of helping pick up. Spending time with my mother and father-in-law, getting to connect with them. I got to talk a little bit about my worries for the year, kind of decompress. I got to hear what they had coming up on their plate. And there were really beautiful community moments that happened through the inconvenience of having to pick up a bunch of trees.
Right. No, that's so true. Community is something that is by nature, like it pulls
Inconvenient.
you outside of the selfish, ego-driven things,
Absolutely.
that cocoons that we have become, right?
Absolutely.
No, I think that's great. And I think it is so cool that you're building, like you're bringing those values
We're trying.
into something like dance, into
We're
something
really
like,
trying.
really, I think what you're doing is you're building a community as much
appreciate
as
that.
you're building dancers.
I really appreciate
And
that.
you're doing both, but I mean,
Right?
the fact that there is that culture is a much better word than vibe, but like the fact that you are so culture forward, and your teachers, like everybody seems to be in lockstep, right? Like
they are.
This is what we're doing.
They are.
We're here to be inclusive. We're here to be kind. We're here to like help kids learn a skill for sure.
Absolutely.
But to have fun doing it and to build community while you're doing it, I think that is a model that I would love to see more youth activities embrace.
I think so too.
Less competition, more collaboration, more community building, skill building.
Yeah,
It's,
absolutely.
It's those skills and those healthy habits that they'll carry for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. And by no means are we perfect at it.
No,
but I think that's part of the model is like being okay with not being perfect at it, being okay with saying sorry when you mess up, being okay with telling the kids, look, this was a flaw on my part. I messed up, because they learn through watching adults mess up. They learn through watching adults lead by example. And I think we're just going to keep trying to do our best at it.
Well, keep it up.
Thanks.
And thank you so much for being willing to come down and chat
Thanks for having me. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you ever want to talk marketing sometime, let me know.
Definitely. You can come help the social media account.
I can give you some tips.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
You guys are doing a great job.
Alexa, do you want to plug your place specifically? How people can reach you, phone number, all that, and we'll pop stuff on the screen.
Absolutely. We're located over at 316 North 5th Street, just catty corner from the Bark Park. You can reach us. My phone number is 910-214-9078. You can also contact me by email at alexa@williamhenryschoolofthearts.com. We have registration open until the last... let me start that over. Can you cut that? Fabulous. What day is that? We have registration open until September 5th, so there's still 2 weeks to join in on our season, and then we open up registration again after our holiday show before December.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Digging it.
Sweet.
Thanks for everything you do for the kids and for the community.
Cut anything that I said that was dumb.
Nothing. It was all great.
So you are like, you're ADHD, you're on the exact brainwave that I am.
Yep.
Like, you were...
I get halfway through and I was like, I don't even know if I answered the question, but I hope I did somewhere in the roundabout way.
That was so good. That was so good. Genuinely, I
Thanks.
appreciate not only what you do for the kids, but how you do it is just, I don't know. There's not enough like it, to be honest with you.
It's meaningful. And like words of affirmation is my love language as well. So like hearing that means a lot to me. I'll hold on to that for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Let me know anytime, because Christina and I will affirm you.
Your girls do it for me, man. I miss Charlotte. Did she get not sick? Like, come on, girlfriend.
This episode of the Discover Seward County podcast was brought to you by Hughes Brothers, the Seward County Visitors Bureau, Union Bank and Trust, Pet Source, GBE, and Lincoln Premium Poultry. I guess other people. JJ, do you know who William Henry is?
Seward's Folly. Was he the one who purchased Alaska and everyone was mad at him?
You only know that because of the podcast. You are so full of crap. You only know that because we had the Folly Hunt guys on and they talked about it.
Seward's Folly.
There's no way.
Hey, he's learning on
We need to
the
get
job.
you a mic back there so other people can hear your bullshit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not cutting that out because that's 100% true.
I love that.